Guys, can I bring this down a drop? It's literally at eye level. I can't see over it. Alex, can I bring it down a tiny bit? It's literally like...
Mine is quite low, but that's fine.
Oh no, Josh is in his lap.
Oh, bloody hell, what have you been doing to yours? Tickle it. Just tickle it. There we go. He likes you.
That's what they all say, babe.
Guess who's back?
Spillie's back.
We're back with the mics at...
Tinder HQ.
Yeah, we are getting in bed with Tinder to bring you a series all about dating.
And relationships and sex and communication and connections and all the good juicy things in life.
And love.
And love. On that note,
Love you, bye.
love you, bye. Do you want the clapper?
Oh, this smells so good. Unicorn, it's like Destiny's Child. Atomic Kitten, Bella.
Oh my God, Spillie, guys, your ears. You don't even know who's speaking down the microphone.
It is the one, the only, the author, the podcaster, women's greatest ally, Josh Smith.
You forgot world's greatest communicator.
All right, well, you added it in.
Oh my God. So you're my PRs now, girls?
Yes.
I love
We
this.
actually are your personal PR. Every time your name's mentioned, oh, I just love Josh so much.
Well, we're so gassed to have you on the podcast, Josh.
And my
Thank you
head's
so
going to get
much.
bigger as the hour goes on. I can't wait.
Good. You deserve it.
This is your ego trip, this episode.
I can't wait.
We are so excited for you guys to hear and meet Josh in our podcast space.
Yeah.
If you don't already know, he has the incredible podcast Rain, who he has literally interviewed the greatest people on earth.
Everybody. From
Cynthia
Oprah.
Erivo from
Of course,
Wicked.
you naturally start with Cynthia Erivo.
I mean, Cynthia Erivo is the greatest living human in my personal opinion. So,
There
yeah,
you go.
great person to start with.
Take note, Billy.
I just went with Oprah because, like, she has one name.
That's what we all aspire to be. I just want to be known as Josh.
Just Josh.
Just
Just
Josh.
Josh.
I
Yeah,
see that in your future, Josh.
That is
Let's
iconic.
hope.
Yeah.
The Just Josh show. Oh, stunning.
Oh, can we be guests on that show?
Yeah, you can come on.
I'm coming
Come
in
on
as
the
just
sofa.
Billy, full stop.
Yeah, so Josh has an incredible podcast called Rain, and we are so fortunate today to have him as a guest on our podcast. Technically our first guest.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh my God, I'm so excited to be your first girls.
Cheeky.
It's the first time I've ever said that to a
Oi.
girl, let me tell you.
Which brings us very nicely onto the theme of today. Look, we're in the Tinder office, so there is going to be lots of conversation around dating, relationships, and Josh's greatest strength, as Sasha's already mentioned, communication.
Stop.
One of his many greatest strengths. However, we thought we would bring Josh in on the Spillie routine, and that is, we want to hear your spill of the week.
So my spill of the week is quite deep.
It's all right.
Are we ready to
we
go
love deep.
We go deep.
I was hosting a event for my imprint who published my book Great Chat, which we'll talk about later probably. As part of it, there was some readings from some new authors coming out. And there was this incredible author called Jess Mills. And she is Tessa Jowell's daughter. So some people might remember Tessa Jowell as incredible front bench MP for the Labour government back in the day in like the early noughties. She helped secure the London 2012 Olympics, and she sadly died of brain cancer. And the book is about her grieving for her mum and the journey they went on before she died. And she did a reading of the book out loud for the first time to an audience last night, and I was in bits. It was the most beautiful, heartbreaking, emotional thing I've ever heard. And I think anyone who's ever grieved or loved or lost or anything in between, that book is going to help so many people. It's just absolutely incredible. And the book is called We Are Each Other. And it's also about her becoming a mum for the first time, as well as losing her mum. And honestly, this book is going to be a smash hit when it comes out soon. And I got to meet her afterwards and I gave her a hug and I was just like, you're such a special person. And it's so beautifully written.
Oh, wow.
And it's just really stuck with me. Like I woke up this morning, I was thinking about it. And I think it's just so important that we're having more conversations about grief, death, and those kind of really dark topics we don't really want to talk about. And
Yeah.
I think it's important for us to be talking about them because it happens to everyone.
Yep.
And the more we talk about it, the more it's going to help people. Because I always remember when I had Rich D. Grant on the podcast and he talked about grief and about losing his wife, the amazing Joan Washington. And he was saying that people actively avoided him after his wife died. They like actively crossed the street to avoid having to talk to him because they didn't know what to say. Ever since I had that conversation with him, it's really stuck with me. And he said this thing to me about when someone's grieving, the most important thing you can do is acknowledge the grief.
Yeah.
So even if you go up to someone and you hug them, even if it's just a whisper in their ear when you first see them, say, I'm so sorry about the person you've lost, because it makes them feel acknowledged. Because if you don't acknowledge that person, he says, it's like they've been deleted or cancelled from our lives.
Makes sense, yeah.
And I think it's so important we talk about it more. And I think this book, which Jess is amazingly going to release soon, is really going to help continue that conversation. So that's a really deep spill.
Deep but necessary.
But necessary,
Yeah.
right? And that's what I'm all about. I'm all about starting important conversations. That could be about relationships. It could be about sex. It could be about whatever. But I think grief is something we really struggle to talk about. And hopefully this book is going to help.
Joshua, I love that. Thank you for sharing
Yeah.
that with us.
Thank
That's
you,
very
Josh.
special.
Honestly, like I literally, even just talking about it,
pulling on the
oh
heart.
my God. Because I had to go back on stage and like do the next link. And we were all clapping for her. And I've done a lot of interviews in my time where people get emotional. And I am quite good at keeping like stoic. I really had to hold it together. Like my voice was cracking when I was talking afterwards. And I just thought, wow, you're a really special person. And I'm just going to keep pushing her because she's incredible.
I love that.
Well, we love tears on this podcast. Becky sadly isn't here today to push them out of you.
Yeah.
But if you fancy a cry, you're welcome
Squeeze
to.
them out of me. Get them out.
Tears are welcome.
I've never cried in my podcast.
Have you not?
No.
Oh my God. If I did your job on the podcast, I'd cry every single time.
But the thing is, I think sometimes, like, for instance, I've had really amazing things happen on the podcast and people have talked about really deep things. Like, for instance, Jessica Gunning from Baby Reindeer came out on the podcast the first time publicly. And I feel like when someone is being emotional with you, my job in that situation is to be there.
Yeah.
And to be that strong anchor for them and be that safe
Hold
space
space.
and hold space for them
shall
to
we?
go on that journey.
That's what Cynthia, Reba, and Ariana did. They held
Do
space
you know
for
that?
each
Are
other.
you impressed that I got that reference?
Yeah,
know it.
I am.
I mean, it only took you a year to get it right. Absolutely fine.
I've been practicing every day.
That reference. I mean, honey.
I'm prepping for
Actually
Wicked
prehistoric
2,
in
okay?
terms of the
You are
internet.
coming to Wicked 2. Josh is going to be my plus one
Just
if I
you
go to
watch.
Wicked
I'm
2.
going to make it my absolute mission to get on that carpet before you do it, Wicked 2.
No,
Just
it's
That
gonna be
is
in
so
Bali.
nasty.
oh, damn it. When is it?
Thanks,
November,
Joshy.
darling.
Oh, all right. I'll take it back.
I
That's what
can't
you
wait
get
for
being a
that.
bitch. Are you going on
No,
that
I
green
wasn't being
Oh, I
carpet?
nasty.
bloody hope so.
All right, I'll go with you.
God,
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
bored
get
of this
together.
Wicked chat already.
We won't get into Wicked too much. I can't wait for the new songs though.
Me too. I'm so excited.
We released the soundtrack the other day and I was like, and did you see it when they did it and they released the list of songs
Yeah.
and the new ones just came up in like a flash of
Oh,
pink.
don't mind me.
Yeah.
Just crack on it.
Right, let's talk about Billy. What's your spill
What's
of the
your
week?
spill of the week, babe?
Well, it's really not that deep. Well, it's not
Mine
as
is
deep
the
as
most
Josh's.
undeep, so we'll go in stages.
As medium deep.
Yeah.
Guys, I went on a Tinder date this week. Mic drop.
How was
Bombs
it?
exploded. You know what? I was a bit wobbly before because I was like, can I do this? Can I do this? Can I do this? And I was like, stop being so ridiculous. You meet people every day and you have conversation with them every day. This is no different. So I literally stood in the mirror, gave myself a 10-second pep talk, went on the date, and it was lovely. Like I had a nice time. He was very sweet, had good conversation. I think it was more friendly than it was flirty. But I do feel like I gave myself a big pat on the back afterwards for ripping the Band-Aid off and going on a date.
I've got so many questions about this.
Yes,
Can
okay.
I ask?
Yeah.
So how long were you talking on the app before you made it to the date?
We matched.
Yeah.
And then had like a little bit of chit chat. And then he was like, I'm going to be away for work for a week. And I said, suits me. I'm also going to be away for a week on holiday. There was a little communication issue in between where I thought we were meeting on Sunday afternoon. So I messaged him in the morning and I was like, hey, just checking. We're all good for today. Where do you want to meet? And he was just like, oh God, this is what I really respected. He was like, oh God, I thought it was next Sunday. I didn't think it was this Sunday. He was like, oh, I really hope you didn't think I would be that guy that wouldn't even text you on the day of the date to like confirm the time and everything. He's like, I'm really sorry. Was very kind about the whole thing. And I said, look, I've got Wednesday evening free if you still want to do something then. And he was like, yep, that works. So he took initiative on the whole thing. He was like, right, I'll
Love
book
that.
the place. Booked a nice wine bar in London Bridge.
Stunning. We love a wine bar on the first
Yeah.
date.
6:30 meet. Great. So you could still have an evening if there wasn't much of a vibe. I just think we're just maybe a bit too different in the things that we love. He's vegan and sober, and I love cheese and wine. So
And he took you to a wine bar and he's vegan and sober.
This is where I got a little bit confused.
I'm like, he's giving a lot of mixed messages here. Great, he's great on plans, but a vegan who's a non-drinker. I mean, God bless the vegans, God bless the non-drinkers, but like together in this, and then going to a wine bar.
I was a little confused by that.
So what was he ordering? Like a lemonade while you were downing the Merlot?
He had a lemonade while I had a wine.
Oh my God.
Although,
no.
can I just interject as we're having this conversation? One of my absolute best friends is both vegan and sober, and she rips a dance floor up like I've never seen anyone do
Oh,
before.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not, no, but I'm just
No,
thinking
but
it's a
there's
niche
me-
option to
No,
go
but also
there.
there's me being like, absolutely not. That's two combinations.
I do think that Steph is like an anomaly in this in the
she
vegan
is.
sober
Yeah.
space.
Yes, she is. Fair.
She's the exception to
Fair.
the rule.
Yeah.
I'm just jealous of how healthy they are, to be honest.
So what was the chat like?
We just sort of got to know each other a bit. We did the like, what do you do for work kind of thing. Talked about like things that we enjoy, where we like to travel. I didn't ask him what his favourite food was because I was like, oh, there's no point.
What, because
like,
you're
Brussels
not going
sprouts
to
or
bond
something?
over tofu?
Well, I did
There's
ask him
nothing to
why.
bond over
I was
tofu.
waiting for him to like explain why he was vegan, because I feel like most vegans like to talk about why they're vegan.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chrissy.
Whoa.
I don't. Yeah.
This is Chris.
Are you vegan as well?
Chris is a cool vegan. Oh God, I'm really sticking my foot in with half our team is vegan.
We love vegans. We're not
Yeah,
slating
we
vegans.
love vegans. I love tofu. I had tofu for dinner last night. It was 10 out of 10. And we talked about TV preferences.
Okay, so are you basically saying the chat wasn't there? Because it sounds like it wasn't, babe.
I feel like I was maybe giving more in the chat than he was.
Yeah.
But maybe that's just because I have slightly better chat. I don't like to like congratulate myself on that. But overall, it was a nice interaction, and it gave me like it propelled me back to the app to be like, right, I can do this
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, it propelled you forward. It gave you the fuel.
Another
Yeah.
step up.
Yeah. We're climbing the ladder of dating, hopefully. It's a bit of snakes and ladders, I think, isn't it? Sometimes a couple of steps forward, one step back,
Yeah.
one more forward.
I love that game.
Yeah. I love
A
that
real
game.
classic, babe.
Well, I'm proud of you for going on a date.
Yeah, thanks.
Really proud of you. And nice that he was a good communicator and direct and had initiative with making plans.
Well, he was
'cause
a
I do
good
love that.
communicator beforehand and maybe
Yeah.
not so much on the day.
Maybe over the wine.
I feel like what happened was we sort of went through the fluff chat first, the very surface, the bit that you hate.
Yeah.
The fluff chat. And then he kind of slapped me with so like, what do you want out of this?
Oh, whoa.
And I was like, I'm not sure that's like
Another
we're
glass of wine,
there.
babe, and then maybe we can get that.
Yeah, but we had one drink each and then called it.
Oh, wow.
But
You're
it-
savage.
No, I was there for 2 hours. Nursing
Oh, you only had
one
one
glass
drink.
of
You must have been
wine.
parched.
I was there for 2
And you were doing all the
We had
talking.
a pint of lemonade. What was I supposed to do?
Oh, my God.
What was the answer to that question?
I think I just sort of went around the houses a bit with it. I was like, just make some connections. See where
This
it
is where we're
goes.
so
Oh,
different, because I would have been
babe.
like, baby daddy.
I think if I said that, he would have ran out the door.
Taking his pint of lemonade with him, darling.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
The bit that was awkward though is when the bill came.
Oh.
Because I was like, well, I've had a drink and you've had a lemonade, so like I'll get the bill. And he was like, no, we'll just split it. And I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, and then I thought, am I being really antiquated and thinking, actually, you booked the wine bar, you should have paid for the bill.
What does antiquated mean?
It means
by-
like old school.
Right. So who
Should
paid?
I think that we split it, which I'm like very happy to do and would never expect anybody to pay for me.
I think it's really interesting because as a gay man, plot spoiler, audience who's never heard me before or heard my voice before, there's such a weird thing with that because there's not the same gender norms, right?
Right.
So it's not like the boy pays because there's two boys. So it's like, well, which one's it going to be? So every day I ever went on, pretty much we went Dutch. It was
Yep.
50-50. And if they paid, I was like, whoa, like literally.
You
like,
get a second date.
Yeah, you get a second date, third, fourth, fifth, and the rest. Marriage? Baby daddy? Baby daddy? So I find that so interesting when I hear my friends talk about it, and they're outraged sometimes when they're in heterosexual relationships that the boy didn't pay. And I'm like, babes.
I don't think I'd ever have an expectation for someone to pay, but don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, it would be nice if they did. Is that bad to say?
I mean, it's hard out there, babe. I mean, he's on the lemonade budget and you're on the champagne lifestyle, though, aren't you?
No, he's got like a proper grown-up job.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Imagine how much money he's saving by having lemonades when he goes out. He must be loaded.
Yeah, actually quite a tactic.
Yeah.
Doing a date in a wine bar
But-
when you're sober, ordering a lemonade and saying, should we split the bill?
Well, the thing was, he actually only went sober like 2 days before the date. I was like, why would you
Oh
wait
my God.
until after the date?
Hush yourself.
What was his reason for going sober?
And well, he was like, I was at my mate's house at the weekend and he just looked really ripped. Like he looked so buff. Maybe he'd rather date Josh than me. I don't know. But anyway, he was like, he was asking what he was doing. He's like, he's just gone sober and it's just like caning the gym. And he was like, I'm going to do the same.
I hate to break it to you. Thank God you called it off. He sounds dry as a nun's vagina, babe. Like, do you know what I mean? Oh my God. Like,
I don't think either of us really were like keen on a second date, but
Yeah.
I take the merit where it is, and I'm like glad that that's eased me back into the dating pool.
2 hours under the belt. You should be proud of yourself.
Thanks.
claps to that,
good.
babes.
Yeah, Billy's dating, guys.
She's out the trap,
on.
so she's ready to go.
I actually just texted the sneaky link after being like, "You up?" Question mark.
Who's the sneaky
What's the
link?
sneaky link?
Guys, you're so old.
What's the sneaky link?
You know, like a friends with benefits, a sneaky link.
I've never heard that.
Me neither.
I've heard like fuck buddy. I've heard like friend with benefits. I've never heard a sneaky link.
Me neither.
Sounds like some sort of dodgy thing you're downloading.
No,
Sounds like
a sneaky link.
Sounds like a secret porn
Yeah,
website.
yeah.
What? Has anyone
It's
else
giving
heard of
dark
sneaky
web.
link? A sneaky link is a slang term for a person one is secretly hooking up with, often for casual, non-strings attached sexual relationship.
Oh, that's my problem. They're never ever secrets. So I told everyone about everyone else. That's why they're never sneaky.
No one's safe.
No one's safe.
Just links.
So, did you message Sneaky Link after the date?
Yeah.
And what did he say?
He knew I was going on the date.
Oh, you're such a player. I love it. You were like, let me just give a little tidbit. Literally,
No,
emphasis on
it's so
tit.
toxic though. He was like, cool. So unfazed, unbothered, didn't care.
Oh no, that didn't go the way you
Did you
wanted
message
it.
saying, did you do the classic, you up? Question mark.
No way. Nick could never text that. Ugh, I always feel sick. Or the WYD. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Thank God you translated because I had no idea.
Josh would be like, dear beloved correspondent.
I would just
I
like
hope-
to inquire if you are currently up and available for hanging out.
In a very consensual, not necessarily sexual way.
Yeah.
Kind regards, Josh.
Josh.
Oh no,
Smith.
yours sincerely. Josh Lewis Smith, full name.
Iconic.
But I want to know about Josh and dating.
Yes. Well, also,
What's my spill of the week?
Oh, my
yeah.
God, I'm so sorry.
she sat right here, babe. Knocked your co-host off when you first guessed out.
Classic. Well, what I was going to say
Must
was
feel like
that
you're in the Sugar Babes, babe, back in the day.
That's Makita over here.
She's living Makita. Yeah.
no, in Destiny's Child, I'd be Sasha Fierce. I'd be Beyonce. You're Michelle.
Oh, does that make me
That
Kelly?
is so mean.
I loved Kelly's dance career, so I'm down.
Michelle. Fuck you both. That's nasty.
Do you remember that really iconic moment where they did that performance and Beyonce and Kelly are they're strutting along, like, you know how Destiny's Child only could strut, and then Michelle just stacks it and they just both look at her like this. And they're like just moving on and she's like
The show must go on.
The show must
What
go
will you
on.
do?
I can't believe you just called me Michelle.
she only did that
You
because
cut my spill out of my
Yeah,
own
exactly, that's why.
My spill's actually very not deep in
Okay,
comparison.
I'm so sorry.
But I
Please
do
tell
want to
us.
talk about it because I started watching, and I know that you're going to have watched this because I
Yeah.
saw that you interviewed her the other day. The Girlfriend.
Oh my God, thank God you brought it up.
What on earth? I binged it for the entire day of Sunday. Loved it.
Do you know what I sometimes find when I watch something like that? It's quite intense, right?
Very.
But the time you watched it for the whole day, you feel like you're so in it.
Yeah. But I kind of like that hit of it. Have you watched it?
No, to give us the cliff notes.
The best thing about it is that they do the whole program from two perspectives. So you watch part of an episode where it's from the girlfriend's perspective and half of the episode from the mother of the son's perspective.
Right.
And it goes the whole way through that. So Olivia Cook's in it. She plays the girlfriend. Robin Wright.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is that woman's surgeon? Because she looks unbelievable.
I think she's just aging gracefully, babe.
Nah, she fuck. She is stunning.
She's in a really mad film, but we'll come back to that.
Basically, the whole thing is around like mother and son relationship, then the girlfriend and the boyfriend relationship, and how the dynamic of the girlfriend and the mother of the son, their dynamic together. But it's just so cleverly written.
It's exceptional TV.
Yeah.
What's
It's
it on?
so good. Amazon Prime.
Okay. How many episodes is it?
Six.
It's
And that's the whole thing?
Yeah, it's easy. You
Oh,
could binge
I'm gonna
that
watch it on the flight.
On the flight, yeah. I was so captivated, and I just, it's brilliant.
And can we
One of
just
the
talk
best
about how
things.
great Olivia Cook is?
Insane.
She was just on my podcast recently, and she is 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I loved her anyway because I watched her in not Game of Thrones. What's the other one?
House of the Dragon.
House of Dragon. Yeah.
Oh gosh, she's so good in that.
Yeah.
And she is so great in real life.
I can
She's a proper
imagine.
northern girl, working class, like just says it as it is, comes out with story after story after story after story after story. I'm obsessed with her, and she's so good in that show. Everyone's got to watch it.
Yeah, you have got to watch it.
Yeah.
Okay,
So that's
done.
and I had the best Sunday ever. Like, got up, made a really good breakfast, and just slobbed on the sofa all day watching it.
What snacks did you have
peak
while you
day.
were watching it?
Popcorn, pick and mix. The sandwich I made was quite hefty in the morning.
What was it?
Chicken sausage, bacon,
Chicken
avocado.
sausage.
Yeah, someone else said that to me the other day. Have you never had a chicken sausage?
So
Josh?
I've got a whole thing about like
sausages.
sausages. I'm like a connoisseur of sausage. I honestly believe a sausage a day keeps a doctor at bay. Like, and I can't, like, if you've ever been to breakfast with me, I will always order a side of sausage.
Always.
Like,
Love a
side of
every
sausage.
single
Always.
time. Like, it's just like the key thing I need. But I've got like a weird thing about things that look like for instance, a sausage. If it's beef or chicken, it freaks me out because it doesn't taste how it looks. Does that make any sense?
It does make sense to me, but I do think that a really good chicken sausage is quite revolutionary.
I'm gonna get a chicken sausage.
Yeah,
and
I'm
I've
gonna-
got that
I'm gonna-
sausage
the
down my
heck ones
mouth.
are
I'll be
quite
thinking
good.
of you, babe.
Yeah, the heck ones. I'm going to send you a couple of links with my favourite ones.
Great.
I personally like the homemade ones from the farm shop, but I understand it's quite far for you to travel.
Well, yeah, pop them in the post.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Next time I come down.
Next time you come down, bring me a good sausage.
All right, love.
And then what else was in the sandwich?
I said
Just a
didn't
chicken
I?
sausage.
No,
Chicken sausage.
avocado, chicken sausage, bacon, and cheese. And a fried egg. When I melted the cheese on the fried egg, and then the egg burst.
What kind of bread were
Outrageous.
we doing with that?
Sourdough,
Oh,
toasted lightly.
I get nervous about the teeth in a sourdough.
It was quite hard to wrap around, but I did
Wow,
manage
there's
all
so
right.
many puns happening at one time.
The egg popped as well, babe.
Let's move.
We were just keeping on the theme of smutty for this episode.
No. Right, Josh, we want to
Yes.
deep dive.
Oh, let's deep dive, baby.
One thing we want to know from you, being, in our opinion, the greatest communicator of all
Oh my
time.
God, stop.
I should have
And-
got you an award for
Yeah.
it. A little
Yeah,
Oscar.
next time.
For next time, when you come
You can
back.
send it in the post with the sausage.
We want to know how, or also what your advice is on how best to communicate when it comes to both dating and being in a relationship, because you are in a relationship.
I am.
You're happily.
I'm happily in a relationship.
With the lovely Tom.
I mean, I was also someone who was single for like years, but I was never that kind of person where someone would be like, oh, you're single. I'd be like, yeah, and it's amazing. Like, I loved it. And I never saw the relationship coming. So it's a complete surprise to me that now I've been in a relationship for over 5 years.
No.
Half a
5
decade.
years?
Half a decade I've been in a relationship, guys.
Wow.
I've been off the shelf for almost half a decade.
The shelves are
believe
dry.
that's
The
been
shelf
5
is dry. I
years.
know. The only thing left is like the dodgy old Marmite on the shelf. Do you know what I mean?
I love
That's it.
Marmite.
I love Marmite, but you know what? The one that's
Yeah.
gathering dust. But yes, so in answer to your question, let's start with top tips for communicating on a date. I personally think the most underrated but most effective thing that people need to remember about dates is keeping eye contact. And I think people are so freaked out about keeping eye contact, especially in this very distracted age that we're living in. Phone screens all
Yeah.
over the place all the time. We're multi-screens. We can't focus on one person at a time. And this is proven through so many scientific studies that people find you more attractive if you keep eye contact with them.
Like I am with you.
Like you are right now. I'm so attracted to you. It's really getting me going.
Okay.
But it's such a powerful form of connection and communication. Because if I'm keeping eye contact with you, it's saying I'm so invested in you, I'm ignoring everything else around you, and I'm locked into this conversation we're having.
Yeah.
And you should try and keep around 50% of eye contact when you're talking to someone, and then when you're listening, turn it up to 70%, because that is so important.
That's so true.
Because if you're not keeping eye contact when someone's talking to you, it's giving the impression that I'm not listening.
Yeah.
And that's the quickest way to show someone you care. And I talk about this in my book, Great Chat, Talk to Anyone, Build New Connections, Improve Your Relationships, a lot, because it's such a fundamental way to build connections. And listening is something, again, that's really underrated. So when you're listening to someone really intently, like if I'm looking at you and I'm ignoring everything else that's going on around me, I'm really digesting and actively listening to every single thing you're saying, right? And I will learn so much more about you. You're going to feel so much more valued. And also, if you are nervous, and this is a really key thing as well, because so many people go on dates to be nervous.
Yeah.
If you start listening, it becomes a mindful practice.
Yes.
And all your anxieties, fears, anything that was happening before you walked in that door of that wine bar is gone. And you are going to feel present in the moment, and you're going to be building a much more meaningful connection with someone. And I think that's something that people don't do. And also the other problem is when people go on dates is they monologue. No.
it has to be a back and forth.
Yeah, you've got to remember that you need to give people 50-50.
Yeah.
You've got to be listening and asking questions. And asking questions is so important, right? Because it's proven that it makes you more likable. The quickest way to be socially attractive is to listen, keep eye contact, and ask meaningful questions.
What I did find is that I was asking the questions. He would reply, but then just be with his answer. And then it'd be like, what about you? And I'm like, think of your own question.
Yeah, that's
Don't use
annoying.
mine.
Yeah, that's boring. And I think also another really key thing as well is the phone. And this is something that drives me insane when I'm with anyone, right? So if we're on a date or we're just hanging out and my phone is on the table and it's turned over, that is still giving a subliminal message to you that you are not the most important thing to me right now.
Yeah.
My phone is.
Yeah.
And it's a visual reminder of an outside world. And when you're communicating with someone, you have to think about just being locked into that space together. So put that phone on airplane mode as soon as you're going on that date and stick it in your back pocket or bell it in your bag. Just get it away from you,
Yeah.
because that is the best way of showing someone you're locked in and trying to build a connection. And I think this is so many of the problems that we have, because also the questions people ask are so dull. So for instance, if you're saying to someone like, what have you been up to lately? You're going to get such a boring answer. And usually what people are going to go is, oh my God, I've been so busy. And I'm like,
Yeah.
Or just
honestly,
like, no, not much. Just same.
Yeah.
It's a bit that.
the I'm so busy culture needs to go in the bin. I'm sick of hearing that people are busy. You're not Michelle Obama, darling. She's busy. She's busy.
She's not Oprah.
She's not that. You're not that busy.
Do you think Oprah's that busy? Actually, maybe not.
Oh, I think Oprah's very busy.
Do
But
you?
yeah, but do you think with that much money, it's a different type of busy, isn't it? Because you've got people busying around under
I
you.
think
Yeah.
Oprah's staff are busy.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I think Oprah is busy.
busy doing what?
I think
rich enough to not be
she's
busy,
a
I
genius,
think.
babe. She's probably literally wake up in the morning like, I dare. Like, yeah, I do. Like, do you know what I mean? She's busy. But like, I do think that's if you're turning up to a date as well, and you're saying to someone, if you're saying like, oh, I'm so busy at the moment, it's giving you the idea that I'm basically too busy to have this connection.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
too busy
I don't
for
have
this
time for you.
relationship.
Yeah.
So don't answer a question if someone says to you, what have you been up to lately? Being I'm so busy. Think of something you're really excited about you've done recently, and that will encourage them to talk about other things. And if you're asking the question, don't say, oh, what have you been up to lately? 'Cause you will never catch me asking anyone that question
No.
ever. I always go, tell me a highlight from your last week.
Yeah, you said that when we
you're
walked
really
in.
excited about, you loved, or something really meaningful that happened to you. And they're immediately going to go, oh, wow, I actually have to think of an
Yeah,
actual
yeah,
answer.
yeah.
I can't reply, well, I'm so busy. I have to think of a specific answer. And it also shows you're interested in them and their lives. And ask how they are. Oh my God, like, how are you is the most important question we could ever ask each other. And we skip over that question all the time. We ask people all the time, how are you? But how many times do we actually listen to the response?
Well, the
Yeah.
response is always the same, isn't it? Yeah, good.
Yeah,
good.
right.
Yeah.
No, you just said you're good in like a bit more of a downbeat way. Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like,
But
that's
it's
people
hard.
want to
It's
matter.
hard to do that like without. I think because everyone's always distracted now.
Yes.
When you're asking those questions, the response is also distracted. Like we sometimes have this where we get on the phone to talk about the podcast or talk about whatever, and it's a yeah, all right, yeah, you kind of interaction at
Yeah.
the beginning, and we get into it. It isn't until maybe like once or twice a month, maybe they will actually give each other enough time to bed, and maybe that's all you need. Like maybe you don't need in every friendship, you don't need it every day or whatever, but I think you're right in the remove your distractions.
Yeah.
Because that does breed a better
And we
kind of
living in a
conversation.
distracted world, right? Like apparently the way that we retain information and our concentration spans are on par with a goldfish now. I mean, it's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah, it's petrifying.
and just think that on any date, the most powerful way you're going to connect with someone is through communication. And communication isn't just about what you say, it's about how you listen and your body language as well, right?
Yeah.
And also, if you are nervous to go on a date, key things that will help you. 1, keeping eye contact decelerates your heart rate. So it actually calms you down. So great. If you're nervous, the nerves are going to go down. Give yourself that pep talk. Like you were saying, like I opened the book is structured along 7 lessons, and each of them has a chatter box, which is an activity for people to go and really practice the things that I tell them in the lesson. And the first one opens with changing the conversation you have with yourself, because it's the most important thing you're ever going to do, because you cannot have a great conversation with someone if you don't have a great conversation with yourself, right? So you need to have positive affirmations in your back pocket. So if you're socially anxious, there's so many people out there who get socially anxious, who get nervous or freak out by going dates or freak out going on meetings. It's normal. It bonds us all together. You're not the only one. But look yourself in the mirror. Say that you are valuable. I have amazing things to share. I've got incredible gifts that I want to share with this person. This person deserves to have me in their life, and I deserve to have them in my life. If you're going into a date being like, I'm nervous, you've already talked yourself down.
Yeah.
If you're going to date being like, I'm excited to meet this person, this could be a great new connection in my life. And I know it's not going to happen straight away, but if you do that a few times and go on the different dates, it will start to change the way that you act on those dates, because you're thinking so much better about yourself. Because here's the fact, girls, your subconscious doesn't know the difference between truth and a lie. So you can convince yourself that you're excited rather than being nervous. And those feelings are very similar, right? Whenever we're excited, it's the butterflies. It's the same thing. So you can really change that dynamic and really put yourself make sure you're putting your best foot forward in every conversation, because everyone can be a great communicator. This is the point. Every single person can. Like, I grew up with a speech impediment. I got bullied for my voice. I never thought I'd be in a situation where I'd be able to talk passionately and communicate. But the best way to communicate is with authenticity. So put yourself forward, because you deserve those connections, you deserve those relationships.
Sorry,
Josh
we
is
told
so
you.
wise.
Yeah.
We told you at the beginning of this episode that you weren't ready to meet the one and only Josh, right?
Yeah.
And now he's proving
Do you know what?
it.
I'm just so passionate about communication, because I truly believe that everyone deserves to have the community and have the relationships they deserve in life. And there's so many people who might be listening to this, like there's a loneliness epidemic going on right now.
Yeah.
And being lonely is horrible and it's really detrimental to your well-being. I just want to push people out there to go and meet the connections they deserve, because everyone deserves to have a village. Everyone deserves to have a relationship, and there is someone out there for you. You just got to put that best foot forward.
Josh, that is such helpful advice. Thank you for sharing that.
Oh my God, anytime, darling.
So
and also
if you
get
have,
the book for more.
Yeah, I was literally going to say. I was literally going to say, if that wasn't enough to go and buy the book,
sell.
Go
Darling,
and buy
I honestly
it.
feel like I'm going around like a market stall person at this point. I'm like, just take the book.
No, the book is so brilliant.
Buy the
It's
book.
Yeah, it
so
is.
brilliant. So
Oh,
if you
thank
haven't
you.
read
I really
it,
appreciate that.
please go and support Josh.
And you also can listen to it on audiobook, so you can listen to it on the way to your dates. And there's also
Oh my God, I'm so going to do that.
yeah, it's actually a really good thing, because you could actually listen to the first chatter box where I talk you through that. I call them chatterformations. I talk you through the chatterformations, so you'll go into those dates and feel empowered. And also at the end of the one all about questions and how it makes you more likable, there's a whole toolkit of questions that I talk you through. So you can literally listen to that going onto a date, do a bit of revision, and get those questions in your back pocket. And that's something I always did on dates, actually.
So you're just like in my ears before the date.
Yeah. And
I think that's what everyone needs.
yeah. And that's what
This
I
is
did.
a revelation.
I always have a plan. Always have a plan. And like I say in the book as well, every conversation is like a sandwich, right? You've got the first slice, the filling, and then you've got the last slice. Now you pick up any sandwich because you want the filling, right? So you're going on this date because you want to make that connection, but you're never going to get to that filling if you don't focus on the other two slices. So the first slice is how you build a first impression. So that's through creating eye contact. That's through being warm. That's through having open body language. That's asking how you are, nailing the small talk. I talk about that a lot in the book, because small talk leads to big talk, even though I know you hate it.
I've got to get better at it though.
And then the other thing is also then the final slice is about making sure you create a lasting impression. So really, really making sure that even if you know you're not going to see that person again, everyone deserves to be treated with respect, right?
100%.
So I would always say at the end of each date, oh, I've really enjoyed talking to you about X, Y, and Z. I'll pick out a couple of things that they spoke about in the date. And yeah, see you around, or whatever you would say, or here's my number, or let's go somewhere else, whatever it might be. But you've got to think about that structure. And actually, when you think about that structure, it's so simple.
Yeah.
Because sometimes on dates, you get so overwhelmed by like, oh my God, what am I going to talk about for like 2 hours? But actually, if you think about that, it's a really good strategy for you to have a blueprint you can rely on so you feel confident in any situation.
Well, I think you feel overwhelmed because you're putting this pressure on yourself for it to be something that it isn't. It might not be.
Yes.
Like, I think, I was so terrified for years to go on dates because I was like, well, what if that person is my future husband? Or what if that person is going to be the love of my life? Or what if, just kind of slightly catastrophizing everything into something bigger than it actually was. But I really tried to look at it now as I'm just going to meet a connection.
Yeah.
That's it. And keep it on this absolute base level. Like you were saying, this is kind of the sandwich that I'm making, it's just a connection.
Yes.
We're at wrap, and I want to take it up to chunky sourdough. But we need to build that by doing more. And I think, everyone says the same thing to you, don't they? They're like, just put yourself out there, just do it, just do all this stuff. But the monologue in your head tells you can't do all these things because we've convinced ourselves we're not worthy of it, or we're not ready for it, or we don't have good enough chat for it, or we don't look right for it, or all these other negative things that implode daily in so many people's minds, mine being one of them. But I think it's so important from what you've said is just to strip it so far back. It is human to human connection.
Yeah.
That's it.
No other expectations.
Yeah.
Can I just ask, take it right back to say, we do live in a world of dating apps, and that is, I think, the most common way that we meet people, right?
70% of relationships.
70%, yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember on the short periods that I was on the apps, I had my opinion on how I liked it to progress beyond the chit chat. What would be your advice or headlines for that sort of area of dating, the apps, the texting, the WhatsApping? Do you phone call? Because me and Bills have had conversations before when she's said she's going to meet someone. I'm like, have you spoken on the phone, or have you done any of this? And she's like, no, I'm not doing that. And then I think I would always have preferred a bit of a phone call or just to hear someone's voice or something.
I think it's important not to build up too much of an idea of someone.
Yeah.
And I think so many times when I was on Tinder, for example, I would literally be like, this is the one.
Yeah.
He is it.
So true.
I am going to marry this man. And oh my God, I'm picturing the house, the adoptions. I'm picturing it all. I'm Angelina Jolie. He is Brad Pitt. Let's go. Circa at the great point.
Right.
Not now.
Yeah.
We are going to be
2015.
2015. We're talking the Vanity Fair coverage. You know what I mean? When they had the pool.
Yeah. That was the beginning of the
around.
end, wasn't it?
So I always built too much of an impression of them, and I think that was such a downfall. And I think what you got to do is a bit like what Billy's saying, is just strip it back. You're meeting someone who possibly could be a great connection, and they will be a connection, because you know what, in life everyone is a teacher or a lesson to you.
Yeah.
And as long as you push yourself out there and have conversations, you will learn something. They might teach you that you never want to act like them. They might teach you some really amazing piece of life advice. They might show themselves to be a really incredible communicator, and you might learn from them in that way. But just go into it in that way. And for me, when I was on the apps, I didn't really like that much back and forth with the chit chat.
Yeah.
Because it can kill it.
Yeah.
There's only so many times you can wake up being like, oh, what are you up to today? And that's also the problem, because the chat is so bad. I think
it's hard when your chat's so good.
Oh my God,
so bad,
I know. But then also, I met so many people who had great chat online and terrible chat in real life. And that's actually where great chat came from. That was the inspiration of the book, because it was born out of this idea that we're living in this digital age, but we don't know how to communicate in real life. And I remember having a conversation with my friend Lauren, and she was like, oh my God, I go on all these dates and I meet these boys on the apps and they've got great chat, and I meet them in real life and they have terrible chat. And I think it's important to remember that great chat starts on the app and it also continues very much in person.
Yeah.
So make sure you're treating the connection in the same way.
Love that.
So ask the interesting questions on the date, on the app, like I was saying, and ask similar questions like that on the date. So you're consistent in your approach, and try and get to know someone a little bit. You need to know things about them before you go on a date with them, but don't string it out for weeks and weeks and weeks on end, because
I've made that mistake before.
Because then you build up the image. Then that's when I think they're going to be my husband.
Oh, that's when I've already slotted them into my life.
Yeah.
Screenshot, the profile, put it in the WhatsApp group. I'm
Yeah.
like, guys, I'm obsessed. I'm in
Yeah.
love. This is
You've
the person I've
yeah.
been talking to. They're this. We're gonna finally get a date in and do this. But by this point, you become overly familiar. So you feel like this like fake boyfriend girlfriend situation where you're in each other's lives, but you don't know each other. You haven't met. You don't know whether this connection's real. But you're getting a morning text. You're getting an evening. You're getting a good night text. You're getting a how's your day? Oh, I'm having this for lunch. Oh, this thing at work's annoyed me today. Or the kind of tiny micro details of your life are now shared with someone who you actually know nothing about. And that's why it's so easy to fall into the trap of thinking that there's something more there than there actually is. You've got to kick it into a date immediately.
And also put the effort in as
Yeah.
well. I think this is what's so bad on sometimes on apps that I've seen is people just don't put the effort in when they connect with someone, right? You connected for a reason, right? You've matched with that person. So you've matched for a reason. Let's actually invest in that person. Let's not treat it like a numbers game all the time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Invest in that person, see if it works, move on to a date. Works on a date, great. Let's focus on that one for a while, then go back. I think it's just so bad because we all just seem quite disposable now. And I think that's something we've got to put a stop to. So that's why I think you should really start to focus on the connection from the word go.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. I feel like there's so many takeaways for people in the dating pool at the moment. And also you can just apply it to life. So we reiterate going by the book.
Thanks, girls.
I have got another question. How do you take your communication into your relationship? Like, how does that work with your partner?
It's interesting because when someone says about the book, they're like, does it work? And I'm like, yes, it does, because Tom is my guinea pig. I have made him a better listener. He asks better questions, and his friends have told me that. So I'm like, my work here is done.
And this has improved your relationship, right?
Oh my God. I think communication is the most important thing to any kind of relationship, but especially a romantic relationship.
Yeah.
Like me and Tom have had to have difficult conversations in our time. And some of those conversations have been about how we communicate in certain ways. And sometimes the ways you communicate in those relationships are because of past relationships, right?
Yeah.
So you've got to unpick that. And because we are, in a very serious relationship, and I think that it will be forever, hopefully, you've got to work at it. And the communication is the key place to do that. So there's not a day when he doesn't come home and I ask, tell me something amazing that happened in your day. Give me the high, give me the low. I'm always interested in what goes on in his life. And I think that's so important. You've got to keep the communication going. You can't just rest on your laurels and be like, oh, he's always going to be there.
Because they might not be.
Because they might not always be there.
That communication going,
And, everything about relationships great. But, everything that goes around it. But the communication is the thing that you always come back to. It's the thing you will have at the beginning. It's the thing you have in your last breath, right? So it's important to focus on that. And I definitely take a lot of time and effort to make sure I'm communicating with him the right way, and I think we're really good communicators with each other. It's definitely been times when we haven't been, and there will be times again when we're not going to be great communicators. And that's something I want to remind people too, that just because you're a competent communicator in one situation doesn't mean you're always going to be a competent communicator. And there's be different things that affect the way you'll be able to communicate. Like I've gone through bouts of being really down, and so I can't communicate with Tom in the right way, but we've learned how to navigate those times so that we can communicate in a slightly different way. But that's a really important thing I think people should remember.
I love that.
I've got a follow-up.
Go.
So we're making this pasta sauce of like what makes a great relationship, right? So we've got, let's say it's a tomato sauce because that's my favorite kind of pasta sauce. So we're saying the chopped tomatoes are the communication.
Yeah.
What are the 3 ingredients we're putting into the sauce to make a really healthy relationship?
Intimacy.
Yeah.
But intimacy doesn't always just mean sex.
Yeah.
And I think this is what people forget. Intimacy is also communication and conversation. So I say intimacy. And I think the fundamental thing I've learned about being with Tom is teamwork. Teamwork is the most vital thing to any relationship. Like if you're not a team, you're going to sink.
Yeah.
Right? Like you need to be a team. And I think I personally think we're a phenomenal team. We work really hard on it. And I'm very lucky to have found someone who's actually a team player and not someone who's always out for themselves. I think another really important thing is to maintain your independence. This might sound quite dark to some people, but I always say to Tom that I was okay on my own and I'll be okay on my own again. So if anything ever happened with us, God forbid, I know I'd be devastated, but I know that I would eventually be okay.
Yeah.
And we both feel that same way. And I think that's actually amazing because it shows we're in it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
We're
You
not
always
in
say
it to
that.
prop each other up.
I do say
Sasha
that.
always says
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah. We're in it to be the team.
I haven't always thought like that though. I that's a new thing for me.
I think it takes a really long time to get there. I don't think it's like, okay, bang, I'm in a relationship. I know that I was fine before and I know that I'll be fine after, but I don't think that that's like a flip switch kind of feeling. I think it is something gradual that you have to build up the confidence in yourself as an independent human being and as someone who is part of a partnership.
Yeah. But it's important. Like, how have you worked on becoming independent in that sense?
Because I was young and I was in this sort of headspace of this is forever, this is permanent. And I say this to you, don't I? Because it didn't end up being the permanent forever that I thought. And it was like a ripped the rug from under my feet situation. That showed me that no matter what, I will be okay on my own. So now going forward, I know that and I have that level of independence because of what happened. So I do feel that now. And I think I'm still like fresh into it though. I'm, still navigating how I feel around it all because I'm not 1000% confident in, I am going to be okay. Like I still have wobbles. Like, oh shit, will I? Will I ever be loved the way that, like, do you know what I mean? I do still have that little bit.
But everyone's going to have wobbles, right?
Yeah. But overall, listening to how you talk about communicating makes so much sense to me as to why the relationships that haven't worked in my life haven't worked and why the relationship I'm in now is the one that I'm in now.
Yeah, communication is the greatest gift, right?
Yeah, I think it is the pillar.
It's the pillar. It's the one thing that you always need to make sure you have.
Well, lucky for all the men that I'm about today, I've got great chats. So.
Yeah.
We're good to go.
You're done, babe.
I feel like whether you're in a friendship, dating, in a relationship, in a marriage, like there is so much from this conversation that you could take and apply to your situation and learn so much from. So honestly, Josh, thank you so much.
Oh my God, we're over already.
Well, no, we're going to do some quick
let's
fire.
check
Oh
the
my God, I was devastated. I was like, oh my God, I was just getting started.
What I want to know though, Josh, is as someone who's now like, I'm firmly committed to in the dating. And I know that you were also firmly committed to being in dating because I'm very fortunate to have known you for a long time and I knew dating Josh.
You did know dating Josh.
He
was
guys,
busy.
He was busy.
Busier than Oprah.
He was a hoot.
He was busy than Oprah, darling. You know, when I'm at those dates, someone, I'm so busy. I'm like, yeah, I'm busy. You're like the 10th one this week.
I didn't see Josh on a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or Saturday night. Maybe sometimes not even a Sunday night.
Oh, Sundays were always a good one. Got to get them in when you can.
Let's get into dating with Josh.
Yes.
So I want to know, what do you think are the big differences between dating in the queer community, dating as a cis heteronormative person?
I think it's wildly different. Do you know one of the weirdest things I found about dating was because you're dating someone who is the same gender as you, or you might be dating someone who's non-binary, for instance, but they outwardly present as the same gender as you. It's such a weird comparison trap.
Interesting.
And I found that I didn't really think I had any body image issues until I actually got into relationships with men because you can directly compare your body to them.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my God, I've never thought about that.
So for instance, you'd be like, oh my God, he's got great abs, or oh, I don't really have abs, or his ass looks better than mine, or like it's such a direct comparison. Even though you're two individual people, you can fall into those comparison traps really easily. And I think that body image is such a big thing that hasn't really been discussed in the gay community. And I mean, also you can just look on Instagram sometimes and all the gays be holiday in Mykonos and they've all got like 8 abs
oh my God,
each.
They are stunned.
And it's insane. And it can feel really overwhelming. Yeah. And the other really difficult thing I found about dating is again, plot spoiler, because I'm a little bit more of a femme gay, shall we say, is there'll be so many times that people would be like, oh, I'm mask for mask. And honestly, what is masculinity, darling? Like, it's a spectrum. But there's a very specific sense what masculinity is. And it's, having the abs, going to the gym, having a bit of a deeper voice, like basically pretending you're heteronormative, right? Yeah. You're basically pretending to be a straight man, but in a gay man's body, right, or a gay man's soul. And I found that very difficult because
it's like a Tetris, isn't it? It's like hard
really
to get
weird.
all the parts to match up.
Yeah, and I always felt like, because I'm quite camp, that I would go on these dates and I would feel like I was on the back foot. Like if I knew I was going on a date with someone masked, I'd be like, oh God, like literally I'm gonna have to like maybe just like tone it down a little bit, like make myself more palatable. And I spent so much time trying to make myself more palatable. Also, I don't know how palatable I made myself, because at some points I was wearing like bow ties with flowers on. So like that's not really making it palatable, is it? It's like, oh, here I am. But like I brought my voice down a couple of notches and I'm not flipping my hands around and my legs are uncrossed. But don't worry, I'm masked. This is just a thing. And also because I had a very feminine job. I worked in fashion editorial. Like, it's like sometimes I would never speak to a boy for like 5 days at a time.
They preach.
So it was a very weird space for me. But I think what I learned was, to go back to what I was talking about earlier, I learned that my authenticity was what was going to find me the right person.
Yeah.
And you spend so many times, especially in your 20s, especially in your teens, and some people still have this in their 30s, they try to assimilate to what they think will be digestible to people. And actually, you should never be digestible. People should want the whole meal, right? They want the whole part of you, all of you.
The Big Mac.
Don't try and make yourself digestible to people, because that person's not the right person for you.
No.
And there was so many times I'd be like, oh my God, this person's so great. But were they really great? Because I was just pretending to be a version of myself I wasn't really, so that they would like me. And actually, the people should like all of you. And I think that's such an important thing to remember. And that's a lesson that I learned through dating as a gay man, that I think you really have to face, because you spend so much time as a gay growing up, like hating yourself, trying to assimilate. And do you know what? Fuck it. Put it in the bin. It's energy sapping. Like, be you. Get yourself out there, get dating, and you'll find the right person for you.
I think that manifests in so many different ways, though, doesn't it? Like in dating experiences, there's somebody in a bigger body. You are trying to constantly make yourself smaller because you think that's what's more palatable. So you're trying to make yourself less brilliantly Josh, when actually that's what you should be celebrating.
Yeah.
I can't take away from the size of me. Like, I can't magic myself smaller in a heartbeat so that I am more like quote unquote attractive to that person. But it's a really difficult like unpicking. It's a really difficult undoing, not to hold yourself or compare yourself to whoever they might be dating of another ilk, you know. And I think what you're saying is resonating so hard, because the reason I've had one foot out of dating for so long is I'm trying to be something that I'm not. But it's brutal. Like, when you confront that, you're like, but what if me just as I am isn't enough?
But it is.
And it will be.
And it will be for the right person. Have you ever felt that?
What?
That you've had to like change yourself to make yourself palatable in
Yeah,
any way?
I think I still feel it now sometimes. Like, I think there's still moments where I think, oh, fuck, am I this? Am I that? Am I too much? Do I need to strip it back? And not even just in the relationship terms, but like in work capacity or when I meet new people, sometimes I walk away from something and I think, fuck, what did I say about that? Like, you know, I think I come across very confident, and I am, and I have worked so hard to get to that level of this level of confidence, but I still see there is a long way for me to go, because I would love to leave every connection, communication, disagreement, you know, whether that be friendship, in my relationship, I would love to be able to sort of walk away from that more times than not and think, no, I'm happy with that. I know who I am. I know what I felt. I know what I meant. And that is getting stronger as I get older.
I do really feel like you've become more and more confident in that space.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things about confidence, isn't it? People think that it's about, oh, are my tits the right size? It's so much deeper than that.
So much deeper than the tits.
Do you know what? I literally just thought about what you said about comparison. I thought I would be the worst lesbian ever, because I'd see someone, I'd be in love with someone with great tits. And if I was having a day where my tits are shit, I'd be like, well, now I've got to like see them every day.
Yeah.
That's hard.
It's hard to see.
I really never thought about that's a privileged place to be, to not have to think about comparison in that way.
Yeah.
But that is uncharted waters. It's rough.
And I thought I was the only one who felt like that. And then I interviewed Anthony from Queer Eye. And I mean, also, he's like 25 out of 10, let's get real. And he said a very similar thing to me. Like, he didn't really have body image issues until he literally got into a relationship with men, because he was like, it's the direct comparison. And it is the comparison trap. Like, comparison is the thief of joy, girls.
Do you know what?
It really is.
Do you know what? I give it to you, because I say, and I stand on this, that the gay god takes the best of the men and they leave us with the fucking scraps. So do you know what? Understandably, you're all comparing yourself. I get it. Do you know what? Fair.
But to be fair, I honestly say this to girls all the time. Like, oh God, I don't mean to offend any straight man who might be listening. Do you have many straight men who listen to the podcast?
I doubt it.
Just Chris and Alex.
Just the two producers. They're off the market anyway, and they're great. But sometimes I'm like, I can't believe you have to deal with the chat from straight men. I mean, bugger
the
me.
days I wish I could date my gay friends.
This is another
Every
problem.
day I wish I could date them.
If you have grown up with the gays, you are somewhat fucked.
Yeah.
You
Yes,
are
you
somewhat
are.
fucked.
Yeah.
Like, there is definitely a part of me that's with, like, there is a campness to him sometimes. And obviously because he's been in, like, musical theatre, there is that element of, I see similarities, right? I put him in a room with my gay friends and he's fine.
They're gaggling.
Yeah, and, like, you kind of need a straight man with a little bit of flair.
Yeah.
Because if you've
you
grown up
do.
with gay men and you don't have that, you are fucked.
We spoiled you, babe.
Yeah, you've spoiled her.
I think Baz is of the straight bit camp ilk.
Yeah.
Which I
And
feel
my
like
dad is
Your
as well.
dad is
yeah.
quite camp, actually.
Yeah, Baz is quite camp.
But he's
yeah.
kind of like, I hope this isn't offensive, but he's kind of like a bit bitchy camp.
Oh, if Baz was gay, he'd be a bitchy gay.
Yeah, he would be,
100p.
oh my God,
100p,
he
yeah.
would be savage.
Yeah, I think people have thought Baz is gay before. So is that if you're listening. I remember specifically the reason why. We're at a restaurant and he got up and stood behind his friend, just started giving him a massage. So I feel like I have grown up around straight men that have camp qualities. But good God, the amount of times Geeta even says to me, don't you wish you could marry Alex? Yes, I do wish I could marry Alex. Don't you wish you could marry Jules? Daily, I think about marrying Jules. Like,
She not said that about me.
yeah. She knew that you're coming on
It's
the
like,
podcast.
what, my chopped liver?
Hold on a second. She knew you were coming on the podcast today. God, I love Josh.
Oh, I love
God,
her
I
too.
love Josh.
If you're
What a
listening,
beautiful
geeks, I
boy.
love you.
But she knows that I don't think
Yeah.
I'm really your type.
I've asked my gay friend if he'll be my sperm donor.
Same.
last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
Are you in the market for a sperm donor, darling?
Yeah. Do you
ask-
want to be?
No, I don't think I'm ready to be a sperm donor.
Yeah, it's a big commitment.
It's a big commitment.
Lot of communication involved.
Lots of communication.
Oh, I think you'd
And
be
boundaries.
I think in whatever capacity you want to impact children in a communicative way, they would be very positive.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
They'd
definitely
be
think I
very
want to have a
lucky,
kid.
Josh. You don't.
I think I do.
Yeah.
I'm definitely
Yeah.
coming around to it.
I think you
And-
would be an incredible
amazing.
parent.
But do you know what's really funny is actually like I'm gonna come out with this. I actually really want to be a dad, and then Tom is a bit like on the fence about it. So and I'm like chipping away at him slowly. And the other day he's like very theatrical. That's why you bonded so well, Sash. He like really needs an outlet for his drama degree, and I saw this video on
I know what you're gonna
Instagram of this dad like doing basically like pretending to be a customer at this little kid's shop.
Yeah.
And I was forwarded to him. It's like, this is why you need a kid. It's an outlet for your dramatic talents.
Have you not seen the two gay dads that do like they put on musical theatre
Oh, I've
shows
seen
for them
that.
in the
Oh, I haven't got the
high
time for
chair?
that. He
No,
can just
but
do it
Tom would
solo.
do it.
Oh, babe, he'd be doing the whole of the lamest
much rather-
characters.
Yeah, he'd rather it was a solo show
Yeah,
than
he
you
would.
helping out.
He'd be doing Alphabet and
Yeah.
he'd be doing Glinda in one.
Yeah,
So that's the plan.
I think it has to happen. I think you'd be incredible.
But I really want a girl.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, because I just think I'm such a big feminist. I'm coming out on this podcast as a feminist. I think everyone knows that anyway. And I just have so many amazing women in my life, and I've learned so much incredible things from women. I just really want to give a girl the gift of growing up in this environment.
Oh, that's so
Interesting
gorgeous, Tom.
and lush. I want to raise a boy so that we can raise more beautiful men.
Yeah,
I think we have such a problem
it's
with
true. It's true.
like.
Guys, I'll just take whatever God gives me.
Do you know what? A fucking baby at this stage, I'll have it. A lion.
I'm
cub,
not begging for one or the other, so long as they're happy and healthy.
Yeah, exactly.
But your qualities would raise either a boy or a girl impeccably.
It's just idea of me having to go to like
football.
women's football. I'd be there, but like I'd be like, "Come on, babes, we're gonna go kick the ball," and she'd probably be like, "No," and I'd be like, "You're doing it." My dream is to basically have a Maria Sharapova as a child.
Of course.
Because I've got the whole plan.
Do you know who that is?
Tennis player.
Yeah.
Because she's like so fab. And also, if you're a tennis parent, you are in permanent summer because all they do
It's
is
an
just
expensive
chase
hobby
the
though,
sun.
hun.
Yeah, but once they got the sponsorship deals, we'd be laughing.
You know when
You have really
Yeah.
thought this through.
And then imagine me at Wimbledon in the players' box being like, but I wouldn't be like that. I'd be like, "Come the fuck out! Take her out! Kick her in the shins!" Like that's like honestly. So I think maybe I'm just destined to be a sportsman, but specifically for a girl.
I do see you as a soccer mom.
Yeah, soccer mom.
Yeah.
Soccer mom.
I wouldn't make any of the sandwiches, just do a
It's
lot
so
of
funny though,
screaming.
because I see Josh as such a like PTA parent. He'd be there bossing everybody around at the summer
those
fair.
bitches
Like,
being for
okay,
nation.
we are doing the tablescape like this.
Oh, no,
the
Tom would
tombola
be
goes
like that.
here,
Yeah, that'd
this
be
goes
Tom.
here.
That'd be Tom.
Yeah, that's Tom. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He'd be like queen of the PTFA.
I also feel like he would just like rally the bitchy mums.
Oh, he would be in the center of the bitchy mums. Because you know what would
Oh, we
happen
should have got
is...
Tom on as well.
Oh
We'll
my
do
God,
another-
next
we'll do
time.
another rep, we'll
because
get
you know
Tom
what
on.
happened, like, because I also think this is maybe bad advice, but let's go with it. I think if you're trying to work out what kind of parent your partner would be, get a dog, because I'm telling you right now, I've seen exactly what kind of parent Tom would be. I am the caregiver like 99.9% of the time. It used to be 80%. We're not even kidding ourselves anymore. And then he comes in and he does all the fun bits, like the belly rubs, like that. Oh my God, let's play when you come home. And I'm picking up all the shit, literally. And I've really learned what I would be like as a parent. So I know what would happen is I would be doing the ferrying, I'd be doing everything. And then he'd be turning up at the wine events, at the PTFA, the gaggle of girls around him, like he's in Motherland. He'd be Amanda Land.
Yeah.
Rolling
he'd
the
come in with
roost.
the big gift, and
I'd
then
be
they'd forget about you in a heartbeat.
I'll be swaying in the back,
Yeah.
shifting the panda pops to the kids at the disco. Do you know what I mean?
And there's Tom come dressed in
Yeah, I know,
complete,
exactly.
what's the girl from Frozen?
Glinda.
Frozen.
No. Oh, God, what's
Elsa.
that? Elsa.
That's it.
Yeah.
Tom would come in dressed as Elsa at the kids' party.
God, he'd be any chance to drag that one.
Yeah.
You should see our dressing up box in our house. Oh my God. That comes out all the time.
Absolutely iconic.
Yeah, not in that way. It's I just realised, no, it's a completely recreational dressing up box for parties.
There's no judgment on this.
Yeah.
No,
See
never
how
done
we just
that, to
see
be
how
fair.
we just took that? We were like, yeah, you do you.
No, I've never done
You
that.
like dressing up.
Oh, this has been
that
so fun.
sense.
I don't think I ever want it to
Yeah,
end.
it has been so fun.
Oh my God, it's been the best. You girls are the best.
No,
Oh,
you're the best.
No, you're the best.
No, you're the best.
No, you're the best. And your listeners are the best. We love you. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
We're going to do a quick fire.
Yeah.
Oh,
end this
yes.
app.
Yes. Okay. Love at first sight,
Right. But that doesn't mean I've experienced it.
but you believe in it.
I believe in lust at first sight. When I met Tom, like, do you know what I said to him when I first met him? What? So I met him at a bar and I literally didn't even say, hi, how are you? This is actually the worst rules for chat. I just went, you're fit.
I would love if somebody said that
Yeah.
to me. Love. That'd be the greatest one line that ever
this,
came
is,
out.
this would be a whole nother episode to talk about. But like, what man in this day and age has the balls to walk up to a woman and have good intentions and say, you're fit?
I would literally be grabbing them by the hand and racing out of there.
Yeah, but
in a
it's not going to happen.
Just a PSA, if any straight man is listening, find
That's
me and
how-
tell me that I'm fit.
Yeah.
Please.
Sending memes is flirting.
Oh, left.
Terrible
So basic.
communication.
Terrible communication.
Terrible.
It's just regurgitated chat. You might as well copy and paste something off ChatGPT for crying out loud.
Which, let me tell you, that does happen.
Oh my God.
Couples who overshare on Instagram.
I don't really believe there's any such thing as an overshare until it comes to an oversharing couple on Instagram. So I'm going left.
We don't need to see the placenta.
Oh my God. I saw that the other day.
my
It was
God.
too much.
We love love, but I don't know if I just don't need to see it.
I just don't need to see your placenta, darling.
No.
I just don't.
Keep the placenta private, babe.
There's just some things you just like, because I do talk about that, but you don't need to share everything.
You don't.
It's fine.
Dating someone younger.
Oh God, this is so good. Am I allowed to like give a little bit tidbits around this, or is it meant to be
love
quicker
that
than
you
this?
are. It's not part of the game, but I prefer this version.
So, because I feel like I have to justify the answer.
Yeah.
So Tom is the youngest person I've ever gone out with
Whoa.
by, and he's literally only like a year younger than me. Like everyone else I used to go out with is way older. Like we're talking older. Younger me would say left, but me now would say right. But it depends how young.
But grown you.
Not like Leonardo DiCaprio. Like,
Yeah.
No,
Ew.
no.
No. I mean, like, you know.
Having a secret crush on a celebrity.
Oh God, who doesn't? Right.
Right.
Who's your celeb crush?
It's not even a secret. Jonathan Bailey. I mean, sweet baby Jesus.
Oh,
that man.
good God. I think he's everybody's crush.
Is it everyone's crush?
Oh,
God.
my God.
Have you not interviewed him yet?
No, I interviewed. Oh my God, I tell you what, I interviewed him just before Bridgerton came out. And he does actually follow me on Instagram, so do not share this.
Tag.
And I did a Zoom call with him before he was like famous. Bridgerton wasn't even out yet. And I was like, this man is just 10 out of 10. And he was like, I just get my bum out and everything I do. And I was like, melting in the seat, being like,
Let me see your bum.
We already saw it on Bridgerton, darling.
Oh.
Aside from being hot, he's just a great man. And also what he does for
Agreed.
charity and his charity organisation for
Also,
queer
can I
people.
just tell you that I was in a lift with him and he smells 10 out of 10.
Oh, babe, he's just 10 out of 10.
But
And
he
then-
did come towards me and I went like this.
I bet he gets that all the time.
He 100% sorry, just winked at me. And it was awkward because then we both got in the lift together and I was like, you smell really nice.
Did you tell him that?
Yeah. He went, thanks so much. And then I was like, I have to just get out of this floor because I can't stay in the lift
I'd be like,
anymore.
what fragrance, babe?
Please tell me. This is right.
He's like your dream man, actually,
He is my
isn't
dream
he?
man. But what's the problem?
He's gay.
He's gay. But this is the kind of straight man we need, like with a little bit of flair.
But they don't exist. You telling me someone that handsome, that talented, that well-rounded, that kind exists in a straight body? It doesn't, babes.
Does it not?
No.
If you do, please come forward.
Yeah. Step forward. We need to see you.
Sorry to all men. I'm sorry to my boyfriend who I'm
Look, he can tap dance, right?
He
Jonathan
can't
Bailey
dance for
can
shit.
tap dance.
He can sing though, and he
Exactly.
does. When he sings that song from Wicked, I'm like, mate, it will do.
So
It'll
basically,
do.
you've got a budget Jonathan Bailey at home.
I mean, he'd be thrilled to be a budget from Jonathan Bailey, but he gets it. Like even in Jurassic Park, when he touches the dinosaur's side and he starts crying, I was like, "You are wonderful."
And those slutty glasses.
I love
Oh,
them.
the glasses.
Oh my God, I've never fancied someone in glasses more.
We digress.
Sorry.
Sorry. Kissing on the first date.
Oh, right.
Right,
You need
right,
to
right,
kiss on the first
right.
date. It's so crucial. Crucial.
Long distance relationships.
Oh, I've done it.
A lot of communication.
Well, do you know what? That was the thing that killed it. So I met someone in London who lived in LA. I've actually done two. One was in New York, one was in LA. LA is that is a time zone killer. And we went into this relationship and he was like, the rules are we have to speak every single day. And let me tell you, I couldn't be bothered. He'd be like,
After all that great chat.
oh, that great chat. And I was like, this is just not going to work. I don't want to speak to you every single day. Like, he'd be like, we have to FaceTime each other every single day. And I was like, sweet baby Jesus, Cole. Shout out to Cole. He just got married. Good for him. But it just wasn't, yeah, I don't think it works. Left.
Do you know what else doesn't work? A quick game with John.
Quick games. Left.
Quick fire.
Sorry.
Quick fire is not for Josh. Let's do the final one. And this isn't going to be a left or a right. You're going to have some thoughts on it. But let's keep it concise. Ready?
Are you saying I'm not concise?
No, but just on the quick fire, not really. It's better. It's better this way. It just makes our version of this game shocking. Because we were like, left, right. Last one, open relationships.
Oh! Left.
In the bin.
I don't believe in them.
No, okay.
Because I've also been at the receiving end of some. And I've seen how toxic it can get.
Like, comment, subscribe, DM if you want Josh to come back for part 2 to hear his thoughts on open relationships.
Agreed. But that is a big topic of conversation now. And I do
Huge.
think we definitely need to deep dive into it. Like the amount of people I find on the app that say like ethical non-monogamy,
Yeah.
open relationship. And I'm really curious about it. But I think for me, it's a left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 1000% a left, but I am so curious.
I'm not
So
judging people
curious.
for doing it. But
Yeah.
No,
just
of course not. Yeah.
I've just had experience being on the receiving end of it. And I've just seen how I just think it fills a hole until it is plugging an issue
Yeah.
that people don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed.
To be continued.
Yeah. Dot, dot,
TBC.
dot.
Gosh.
Josh, thank you so much.
Oh my God, I love you girls.
been the best.
Truly, you are an absolutely incredible human being.
Round
you
of applause
are.
for Josh.
You
Oh my
really
God,
are.
Thanks.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.